morning, dear hearts. What is the world? Well, that's why I'm back. We are starting our third relevant special central thought in part 2 of the workbook, and I'm here for that. Now, we were given, I guess you could say it was a hint, a precursor, a sneak peek of what is the world in lesson 240, which was the final lesson in the second section about salvation, because in that lesson, in the first part, the third sentence says, "Not one thing in this world is true. Fear is not justified in any form," was the lesson. Not one thing in this world is true. We come to what is the world, and it tells us the first line, the world is false perception. So not one thing in this world is true. This world is born of error, and it has not left its source because ideas never do. And this world was an idea from a source, an ego mind, and it was born of error, and it will not change. It cannot change because the idea doesn't leave its source. It will remain, this world will remain no longer than the thought that gave it birth is cherished. As long as we value it, then it will be here for us. But when we learn to not value what is valueless, and when we learn that the world I see holds nothing that I want, we will be willing and ready to let it go. When the thought of separation has been changed to one of true forgiveness, our first idea, will the world be seen in quite another light, and one which leads to truth, where all the world must disappear and all of its errors vanish. It's important that it's simply going to disappear, because and all of the errors vanish, because if we said it would now be healed or transformed, that would indicate that it was at one time actually real. At one time it was wounded, and now it will be healed. At one time it was real, and now it is transformed into something else. But it was never real, so the thought of it will simply vanish, just like in what is salvation, we were told, let illusions go by not supporting them. It merely lets them, this is what salvation does, it merely lets them quietly go down to dust. Simply disappear, simply let go, let it go. Yeah, the philosophy of frozen. I haven't said that recently. I haven't been here to say it. Now, going back to paragraph 1, and what is the world? And the disappear, all its errors vanish. Now its source has gone, and its effects are gone as well. When the ego is let go, the source of this world will vanish. We're not supporting the ego. We're not supporting the thought of this world. The world was made as an attack on God. In that moment of that tiny mad idea, it was, the ego wanted to make something, not create, make something that is in opposition to God, but we were thinking that it would be, well, we were told by the ego, it's going to be it's going to be better. No. The world was made as an attack on God, and it symbolizes fear, because what could be better than perfection? And what is fear except love's absence? And what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. Way back from the introduction to the course, the opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. Thus, the world was meant to be a place where God could enter not, and where his son could be apart, separate from him. Here was perception born. This world is a false perception, for knowledge could not cause such insane thoughts. But eyes deceive and ears hear falsely, and now mistakes become quite possible, for certainty has gone. Certainty is of God. We had in the lesson 3 days ago, my decision, all salvation rests, that I must be steadfast in holiness as well, that you would give your son to me in certainty that he is safe. Certainty is of God. Certainty and knowledge are of God. There is nothing that is certain in this world except that at one point it will disappear. And the senses, the eyes and the ears hear, that, eyes deceive and ears hear falsely, because these are senses. The body senses without sense, which is in the text in chapter 28, and it speaks of this. For eyes and ears are senses without sense, and what they see and hear, they're moving things up there, they but report. It is not that they hear and see, but you who put together every jagged piece, each senseless scrap and shred of evidence, and make a witness to the world you want, the world I want. But now I know that the world that I see holds nothing that I truly, truly want. And I'm going to just share something that I wrote about what is the world a couple of years ago. So this world that we usually see, is a place without love's grace shining upon it. And anything without love is a misperception and totally uncertain. Without hope of certainty, what is left but illusions? Now this world must become a place to support these illusions and keep the truth away, keep the fear ever present, so nothing is seen truly. Everything is seen through false eyes and ears. Perceptions that are fear-based are everywhere, and each one supports another fearful, unloving thought. But into this dark and fearful place was placed a perfect thought to lead us out of fear and into peace and certainty, which is always waiting for us. With this guide, we can save the world of death and bring it restored to wholeness and life. Now I'm going to go to today's lesson, 241. This holy instant is salvation come. Now we just completed our section of what is salvation, and we know that salvation is indeed freedom and healing. So, but in this holy instant, what joy there is today. It is a time of special celebration, for today holds out the instant to the darkened world where its release is set. It's time to let go of the dark world that the ego has made, this false perception of a world. The day has come when sorrows pass away and pain is gone. The glory of salvation, the glory of freedom dawns today upon a world set free. This is a time of hope for countless millions, for all of the sonship. They will be united now as you forgive them all, for I will be forgiven by you today. The Christ, our elder brother, is forgiven by us today as we forgive everyone indeed. Now, think about it. We had our first thought was a special thought was about forgiveness. What is forgiveness? What is salvation? What is the world? And we're bringing together forgiveness and salvation here that will change this world. The second part of this lesson is the prayer, and it says, we have forgiven one another now, and so we come at last to you again. Father, your Son, who never left, returns to heaven and his home. How glad are we to have our sanity restored to us and to remember that we all are one. And just for the moment, this reminds me, and perhaps you, of lesson 161, give me your blessing, holy child of God, which told us that indeed one brother is all brothers. As we forgive one, we forgive everyone. Every mind contains all minds, for every mind is one. Such is the truth. And at the end of that lesson, there's a lovely prayer. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. I would behold, and I add adore you with the eyes of Christ and see my perfect sinlessness in you. And we know that we will be answered. And today, as we are answered, that is that holy instant, and salvation has arrived. Salvation has come in this holy instant when all is forgiven, all is whole and healed once more, and we have returned home to where we never really left. So that's it for today. And I'll probably be back again, I'm guessing, in a few days. I love part 2 of the workbook. Well, I love the course, and I think most of you have realized that. I'm very enthusiastic about it. So that's all for now. And one more thing. This holy instant, today we join as one brother because one is all, and how I see my brother is how I view the world. So in the holy instant of complete joy, the dark world is blessed with light and release, and we are all free. Salvation has come in this instant. Now that's really it. So please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. Please smile. Please smile. We need smiles. We need to shift how things are happening in our minds, that we want peace, and we want peace for everyone. And if we're not seeing peace, then this just is indicating that we have more healing in our mind to do, so that we will see what is within will be without. And pray. Namaste.